What's up, guys? My name's P, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Phipps Tips. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the market. We're going to take a look at our top performers and our top losers. I got a news article about the cryptocurrency known as SALT that I'd like to share with you guys. Pretty interesting stuff. And then we're going to wrap it all up with a little bit of technical analysis of Bitcoin and a few infrastructure cryptocurrencies that I have an interest in. All that and more coming up. Don't move a muscle. And here we are, guys, on coinmarketcap.com. The market cap checking in at $433.9 billion with a 24-hour trading volume of nearly $25 billion. Bitcoin dominance coming in at 36.2%. Of the top five, we're seeing a little bit of green here today. Bitcoin up 1.5%, Ethereum up almost 2%, Ripple up 2.6%, Bitcoin Cash being the big gainer right now of the top five at 8.79%, and EOS up 1.82%. Now let's see what we got going on versus the Bitcoin and Loom Network, currently up 27.9%, Golem up nearly 20%, Zilliqa up 17.5%, Fusion up 15.95%, and Mithril at 13.70%. We got a lot of people doing great things against Bitcoin today, guys. Everything looks pretty good. We're going to check out our top gainers and losers. And our number one gainer today is Minex at 431.98%. That's insane! The second one, Asian Coin, 243.93%. That's insane, but that is not 431%. That's incredible. Mooncoin went to the moon with 126.36%. Dovu, 118%. And Beluga Pay, which was down considerably yesterday, up today, 74%. That's incredible. 431.98%. Minex. That might be something I'm going to have to look into, guys. That kind of gain is astronomical. Now on to the biggest losers. And Fidentia X down 34.75%, Aphelion down 28.8%, Bitcoin X down 21%, Home Block Coin down 20%, and Token Card down 19.5%. Of these five, I'm not really too sure. I'm assuming Bitcoin X is just another hard fork in the zillion hard forks that are coming nowadays, guys. I honestly think that's going to be a trend that we see a lot more of. So, that is our gainers and losers for today. We're going to move on to our news article that I found with a little bit of SALT information for those of you who are interested and know about the SALT platform. Stick around. In our first article of the day, guys, SALT Lending offers liquidity for cryptocurrency holders. SALT Lending has issued $40 million in asset-backed loans that are aimed at investors in the cryptocurrencies to give them a bit of liquidity without the need to sell off assets. The company rolled out its first loans late in 2017 after 2 years spent developing the technology to make the loans work. SALT Lending relies on multi-signature wallets that allows counterparties in a transaction to both access the account and a software service that marks to market the value of the cryptocurrencies held as assets. Founded by Blake Cohen, a former real estate executive for his company's own business, SALT Lending is Cohen's first foray into cryptocurrency entrepreneurship. Cohen says the idea for the service was a no-brainer. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain assets make the ideal collateral, says Cohen. In typical asset-backed lending, the assets needed to be located, seized, and liquidated for lenders to be made whole. With cryptocurrencies, all of those problems go away, says Cohen. Most of the capital that SALT is lending has come from the company's own assets, and though SALT Blockchain Asset Management, which is a fund with several individual limited partners. Currently, the company is servicing individual borrowers, but Cohen foresees a time when exchanges, miners, and large tokenized startups can gain additional liquidity through the collateralized loans. The current market cap for cryptocurrencies is $400 billion, and that is totally unleveraged. That is a gigantic inefficiency in the market, Cohen says. The company currently offers 36-month loans, and depending on the loan to value ratio, the company will loan up to 60% of the value of the cryptocurrency collateral, says Cohen. Interest rates on the loans range from 12 to 22%. Salt Lending is the only lending against Ethereum and Bitcoin for the moment. Basically, the money we put in is as a proof of concept to entice the institutional capital providers to get involved with us, Cohen says. This point is to 1, demonstrate that there's a market for this, and 2, that you can do this and make risk palatable to the lender. So what do you think, guys? Do you like the Salt platform and idea? Because personally, I think it is fantastic. I'm not trying to shill or anything, but I am invested in Salt. I think it's a great project, personally. Maybe drop a comment or two down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Salt. I personally foresee it, hitting its all-time high again and beyond. Here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin versus US dollar day scale using the Bitfinex exchange information. And as you recall from yesterday's video, we have drawn in a bit of a bowl that Bitcoin has been just traveling along. We've got it in an upward channel currently, and as you can see, we have printed a green candle. Let's turn off auto zoom in here so we can get a little bit closer picture. Yeah, so we've printed a green candle, which we can generally assume means that we'll continue in this upward channel, at least for the time being. Now with, not a whole lot going on, guys, I wanted to look into an indicator I want to share with you. One of my favorites that I like to use is the volume indicator. And all this indicator is how much trade is actually going on, be it, buying or selling. It doesn't care about the price. It's just how much action is going on. And as we can see right now, guys, it's pretty minimal. And from the looks of it, it's been gradually descending. What we can do is grab our trusty trend line, and we'll start back here around the 20th of February, and we can just draw a line down and see how the tops of these candles just keep getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. That just means that we're losing our trade is all. To really see Bitcoin punch up and get through this bit of resistance, guys, we're going to need to see this amp, like start printing candles like this again, and just up and up and up. Otherwise, guys, I have a feeling, and I don't want to be, a naysayer, bad news bear, but once we hit this bit of resistance, if we don't have that volume and that gumption to get through it, we will bounce off of this. And I think that we will test either this area once again. We will test this area. This will be our next stop. And then if we fail through this, I don't even want to guess at where we go. That's just not something that I want to think about currently, guys, because we got momentum. Anyway, yeah, that's just my thoughts. Moving on. And here we have Polymath versus Bitcoin, the 4-hour scale using the Bittrex exchange information, guys. It's the only exchange that has Polymath currently that TradingView has access to. And we have to use the 4-hour scale because this coin has not been on TradingView very long. So I'll show you what I mean when I'll bring it up to the day scale and see how it's just one big red solid line. And then if I scroll out far enough, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 15 days, 2 weeks of, candle information. That's why I'm using the 4-hour scale. We get a bit better of a picture here. But this is one of those infrastructure coins that I was talking about. Polymath, what they want to do is they want to bridge the gap between like securities and the blockchain. They want to tokenize securities so they're easier to liquidate. And as you can see, guys, I mean, it's had a huge shot right there for a second. Wow, that was incredible. If we break out our Fibonacci extension, or not our Fibonacci, we want our long position tool. And we're going to start at the bottom of this wick. And if you guys were in Polymath, at the bottom of that wick, and you hit the top, you are currently looking at a 30.5% increase. Woo! Wow, that's big. That is huge, guys. That's huge. So, yeah, I don't know where it goes from here. I mean, that was a huge run-up, but it's been pushed back down. Let me get this long position tool back off of here. As you can see, we've got a huge wick there, a big green wick, meaning that the price has been pushed back down. It's still being pushed down as we speak. We got about 45 minutes left before this candle is finished and we start a new one. So we'll see where that ends up. But yeah, if anybody's in Polymath right now, congratulations. That's some gains. Now we're going to move on to another infrastructure coin called Nulls. Here we are, guys, on the Nulls versus Bitcoin day scale. We're using the Binance Exchange information. And what Nulls is, guys, for those of you that don't know, Nulls is a company that's looking to bring other business into the cryptocurrency sphere by building blockchains that are built on what certain companies' specific needs are. So they're looking to actually build platforms for other companies to get into the crypto space. That's awesome. That's going to do great things. And as you can see, you know, it ran up. It had a nice run up here a couple, 4 or 5 days ago. It had a little bit of a cool off. It's printed a green candle just today. So that looks pretty good. If we grab our trusty drawing tool, we can see that we were in kind of a bit of a bull here. If we start here and bring it down, and we had the breakout right about here, boom, and on up we went. From here, we still have a little bit of chop. We're sitting on a bit of a support, but the next line of resistance obviously would be around 48,000 satoshis or so. And what a satoshi is, guys, before you know, I end the video, a satoshi is actually the smallest denomination of a Bitcoin. So just a little bit of knowledge there for you. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you are still here, hit that subscribe button. If you learned anything educationally, hit that like button. I'd love for you to come back tomorrow, because I'm going to try to post a video every single day, Monday through Friday. And as always, guys, this should never be taken as financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. And that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.